What's up, dude?
What's up?
Almost Christmas.
It's almost Christmas. What is today? Today is the 18th, but we'll be watching this on the 19th.
That's right.
It's getting there.
You done with your shopping?
Don't tell nobody, but I think I finished on my way home today to record this.
That's cool. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I think this is the first year in a while that I'm not waiting on any packages. Everything's here. Everything's wrapped. We're good to go.
My son started basketball today.
Oh, yeah?
8 years old, third grade. And we ordered these basketball shoes like however long ago, right? And they were supposed to be delivered today. And they showed delivered at 1:03 in the afternoon. They showed delivered. And my wife's freaking out because they're nowhere to be found. So I'm calling a neighbor down the road. I'm calling another neighbor down the road. I finally get a hold of FedEx and they tell me the last name that it was handed to. And I said, well, that's my neighbor. I said, why would this be going to my neighbor? Whatever, no big deal. So I call my neighbor back. I'm like, listen, they just told me they handed the package to someone with your last name. He's like, well, I called my wife. She doesn't have it. I said, son of a bitch. So she's freaking out, wants to not cancel the order, but, file a claim on the order because, it's the holiday season. Somebody might have got greedy, scanned it and said, hey, these are some Air Jordans. I can flip these real quick on the secondary market. There's a secondary market for everything. And well, lo and behold, about 3 hours later, my doorbell goes off and it's the FedEx man backing in. And my wife met him outside at the door, and I'm spying in on the conversation like some creeper through the Ring doorbell. And so he tried scanning it to show that it was, delivered. And he said, this, it's not scanning. She says, yeah, that's the weirdest thing because it showed that it was already delivered. And she was freaking out because of the whole damn thing.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So then he said, well, I got to take a picture of it. So hold it, because that's what I thought was weird. With FedEx, they usually take a picture of, proof of delivery.
Right.
And there was no picture on their tracking information, but it did show delivered. But lo and behold, it got delivered. He got his shoes. He started basketball today. Everything's good to go.
Good stuff, man. All right. Well, you're listening to the Crucible. I'm Emil.
Welcome. Look at our manners. And I'm Paulie. How are you doing?
Thought we should plug that in there somewhere.
We like to talk about ourselves a lot.
That's all good, man.
What did we talk about last week, dude?
Shoot, I don't even remember, man. I don't know what I had for breakfast. What did we talk about? You tell me.
We talked about that big ass auction that Stax Bowers was having for the U.S. Mint, and I don't think we threw out any numbers, but I think the thumbnail I use, I think it used the word millions in it.
It's about right.
And that's about right. And there may be people out there listening, and they're going to be shocked if they haven't seen any of these numbers yet. But I sent some information to you. Do you have that like on hand, like close by you?
I do. I got it right here.
Okay. We'll go to Stax Bowers here in just a second, but just for the funds of it, how many 69s did I tell you there were?
Let's see.
What would have been one of the last text messages I sent you? Well,
so 69s, there were 45 of them.
45 of them. So there's 230 total. You do the math, you end up with like 145 left over as 70s, right?
185.
I mean, yeah, 185.
It's okay. It's all good.
I'm just getting home from work. Okay, out of those 69s and 70s, I sent you some numbers with that.
You did.
What was the lowest selling 69?
Lowest 69 was 25 grand.
25,000.
That's steep. That's steep for a gold coin. But I mean, I get it. There was only 230 of them, but you're getting the lowest priced, probably unfavorable serial number, and lowest price one coming in at 25 grand.
And I'm going to show you, I don't know exactly where that one falls into place, 25,000, but we'll go to the website and it'll give us a listing of all the stuff. And I'll show you what the last 69 sold for as well. Much higher than $25,000. All
right.
But let's go to, what was the highest 69 then?
36K. So it was a spread of about 11,000.
Okay. So then that's averaged about what, 20 something?
Yeah, 30, 31, about 30 and a half.
Okay. Now when I did some, I thought I sent you the averages too. Maybe I didn't.
You did. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Average of the 69 was 27,900. So that means that the majority of them were on the lower side of that
Yeah.
of that spread.
Yeah. So then let's get into the 70s. Now, when I did these averages, I did not count the Holy Grail because that's just kind of a standalone of
That's
its
an
own.
outlier.
You know, it came with other stuff. It's the very first one. It's a 70. So I didn't add that into what you're about to tell us now. So what was the lowest selling 70?
32,000.
32,000 for the lowest selling 70. And the highest?
90,000.
90,000. Okay. Now, clearly that wasn't the highest, but for what I was doing, that is the highest sold 70 minus the Holy Grail standalone, come with all the extras. What was the average on that? Did I send that?
Yep, 35 and a half.
That's a lot of money.
For 1 ounce of gold, man. I mean, considering you can get, what would that be? That'd be like 10 ounces, 10 and a half? No.
Well, we had spot drop today, but I don't think you'd even get 10 ounces, would you?
No.
No. But still, that's a lot of money. Now, I also sent you some other figures. What was out of, what did I say for 69s? How many were there?
Right. So going back to that was what, 45?
45 of them.
45
Okay,
69s.
I sent you a total of all coins for 69s.
1.17 mil.
That's just the 69s.
Yes.
I could have really doctored up that thumbnail a little better, I think. Made it a little bit more clickable. Like, is this guy effing nuts?
That was just the 69s.
Apparently I wasn't nuts. Right. Now, let me hear the 70s.
Yep.
But again, this does not include the Holy Grail, the number one. So what is that minus that?
So again, this is about 185 of those.
Yeah.
Totaling up to,
well, 100. Yeah. 100. Yeah. That was total. So this is going to be 184 coins here.
Right. 184. Yep. Minus that one big one. But that totals up to roughly 6.44 million. So grand total, again, not including the first, grand total was 8.6 mil.
Oh my
Sorry, 7.6. Excuse me.
7.6.
Yep.
Because let's go to Stack Bowers and show you guys what this very first one sold for. Can you make it big?
Yes, I can, sir.
Oh my God.
Still can. I still got it.
All right. Thank you. I know you're getting up there in age. Right there. Lot number 11001 sold for $440,000. That's what the Privy, the very first one, struck. It came with the canceled dies, and it also came with that beautiful display case, and it's not gonna let me bring it up.
Now these are anonymous auctions, right? Like they don't list who would the buyer
and they did
was.
it live. They did it live as well. Just give me 1 second. I want to show the actual coin and everything that it came with. For those who are tuning in and are new, they can check this thing out so they don't think I'm just telling them a bunch of BS. Right here, sold for $440,000. When this started off, we were texting, messaging an Instagram group. I believe when you and I did our show last week, it was at 180,000.
Right.
It went up to 190,000 before we published the video. At the time the auction went live, it jumped up to like $250,000.
Right.
And then it kept climbing and kept climbing and kept climbing. And this is where it held at $440,000. First of 230 struck with the edge lettering. I wish they gave a view of the coin in the capsule to see the edge lettering now, because they show this, right?
Yeah, but it's not in the slab.
But I believe you can see it. I believe you can see it, but not obviously as clear as if you had the coin in your hand. And then this is the display case that they make. I wonder if that's lighted. Does that say? Looks like a damn light up here, doesn't it? Up towards the top.
Yeah, that does. That looks
Looks
like a little LED or halogen.
I wonder if they give us. But that's the display box, and let's see what's going to happen with these, right?
Yeah, I want to see those get turned into little rounds.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I think they'll do it.
Oh,
I'd buy one.
You would?
Heck yeah, man. That's the same die as the gold. Why not?
I wonder if it's going to give me. I was looking for dimensions of that box just to kind of get a feel for it, but it's really not. It's really not giving me anything. I mean, by looking at it, you know, it could be 12 inches tall, could be 16 inches tall. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I wish it gives some type of dimensions, but there you are. So that's the coin, and that's crazy. I mean, we kind of had a feeling that was going to happen.
Right.
Especially with that one. And when we go back to the site, I wanted to show you the prices of some of these that went. So the very next one was a 69. See, you're going to see a lot of this. When we were looking at these, remember, it was like 5,000, 10,000.
Oh yeah, I think they were like 8 was like the minimum.
Like those didn't last long at all. The very next 70 went for 46. Then another 70 at 46. I wonder if they're going to give me all.
Can you go to the very last one? I want to see what number 230 sold at.
Yeah,
because I believe that one was a 70.
I got to go to. It was definitely a 70. Let's go to page 3. That's 201. Still in the high 30s. I don't think you're going to see. They're getting towards the end. There's one at 40. This was number 215 for 40,000.
Show me the money. There it is.
38 and 40s. There you are.
$90K.
So $90,000. The very last 70, the very last coin struck, and then the very last 69, second to last coin struck, went for 32,000.
That's nuts, man.
The 70 went for $90K.
That'd be a nice one to have in the stack. Number 7 or number 230.
Number 230.
Yep.
Yeah, because if you couldn't get number 1, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because I don't have that type of FU money just to toss around like that. So I guess I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain that.
I bet you there's somebody that bought multiple of these. They just had enough laying around, and they.
Well, look what we showed on eBay. Like, I wonder if any of those sold. And I didn't look, but if any of those sold pre-auction, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. That auction was December 12th. If some of those sold December 11th, they could have very well got it and made some bids. And depending on what they sold for, you know, they could have made some money, I guess.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Let's do Privy. All right. Yeah, it looks like somebody has some of them listed 54,000, 47,000, 60,000.
They're listed as for sale.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to see if there are any that are
Hit me with
already sold. Let's take a peek at that. Yeah, so one of them sold. Here, let me let's show screen.
Let's share the screen. $8 million. And I know you got some more figures to go over too.
I do.
Let's see.
Yeah. So looks like 45K or sorry, 50K, 49.9.
Dude, one sold for 16,000. Like you lost.
Yeah, says is with a
you lost.
That guy sucks.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah,
I think that's like you're not feeling good about like Christmas isn't going to be going very well for you.
But the question is, did that person actually deliver on?
Probably not.
On their promise. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I could bring myself.
Go to what's that 50,000 say? Is that a stock image? I know it's probably going to pop up another screen, but that's fine.
Yeah,
is it a stock image, or is it actually say what coin it was? It says
77.
77th.
Yep. So do you want to go back on Stacks Bowers and see what?
Yes. Yes, I do. I got that popped up right now. So you continue looking there. I'll
Yep.
look for 77,
Let's
90 per page. Man, we're like investigators on this one.
yeah, for real.
Okay, how much did that sell for?
49.9. So that's like 50K.
Okay, so he made some money because number 77 sold for 35,000.
Yeah, look at that, man. 15K. It's
Dude.
easy flip. Easy flip, man.
Hey, when
You just
did
have
that
to
sell?
have.
When did that sell though? What's the date?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, it would have to be after the 12th because, or it could have sold the 12th. He would have had to know what coin he actually got to put 77 on there.
I'll let you help me look for the sold date.
I
Where the heck would it
should.
be? Just says it's out of stock.
Oh, did it even sell?
It says it's sold.
Go up, go up, go up. Go back to that original page that you were on.
Okay.
It should have the date. It should have the date on.
Oh yeah, sold December 12th.
Yeah. So okay.
Same
So
day.
he probably posted it the day he bought it.
Yep.
And sold that day.
Wild.
What was the average price of the 70 that I gave you?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Average price of the 70s were 35K. So that guy paid the average price.
That guy paid the average price and then made 15 grand.
Easy. Imagine that, man.
That guy's having a little better Christmas than the guy below him.
Just a little bit. So, and you do that 2-3 times.
Dude.
Easy, man.
But none available, so he got the one. Oh shit.
Yep. He got one and flipped it. And I probably got rid of it as soon as he hit the buy button and locked it in. I bet you he sold that sucker right away. But anyway, so yeah, the total, including that 440,000, the total sold prices or sold of all the lots.
Brace yourselves, folks. Brace yourself.
8 mil. It's like 8.05 mil. That's wild. So some things to think about. This was the little bit of the other stats. I did some investigatory journalism here. It was
Peter Parker
reporting. Peter Parker via ChatGPT. It turns out that Stackbowers, whatever you call them.
You're right,
Stackbowers. So they have 2 fees associated with listing your items on their auction site. So first of all, as a seller, you have to pay them a small commission fee, right? 5% is 5 to 10% is what they said. But I imagine because they're partnering with the US Mint, they probably cut them a sweet deal at 5%, but somewhere in that range, it would be negotiated. So we'll assume 5% of that 8 million.
Probably 0.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was a 0, but I doubt it. I'm sure they got their cut.
Yeah.
So we'll assume 5% of 8 million went to Stackbowers, right? Or Stackbowers.
Yep.
And then on top of that, if you're a buyer, you also have to pay 20% on top of that. So this guy who bought that coin for 35K, he had to pay 20% on top of that was
he had to pay 20% on top of that?
Correct. Yeah, that's the way it explained it. It's a buyer's premium. Wow. So whatever the purchase price is, you pay a 20% buyer's premium on top of that. Now, I don't know if they stuck with the number 20%, but it seems like that's their standard rate for the buyer's premium. So again, this 8 million that we're talking about, just imagine what 8 million plus basically 25% looks like. They get that 25% off the top. So they're making a cool, 2 million just from the sales of these items, just in one day, because that was all December 12th.
That was all December 12th.
Yep. So they made a cool 2 mil. It's not bad for December.
Wow. Okay. But then that's for the sales. But then they charge the US Mint. Is that 5% of each sold item, or is that 5% of the 8 million total number?
It's 5% off of any lot. So like you consider if
so it's 5% of 440,000, 5% of 25,000.
Correct. Yeah, which still totals up to 5% of the entire 8 million. So that 5% would have come from the US Mint's sales. They carve that off the top before giving you your money.
Right.
And
So
then
they got 2 million from buyers, and then another 5% of 8 million, which was the sold price from the US Mint.
It would have totaled with those two numbers. It would have totaled about 2 million
Oh,
because it was 25%.
okay.
Yeah,
I got you. So
25%.
20 plus 5.
Yep.
I got you. All right.
Yep.
All right. All right. $2 million.
Yeah.
You think they
And of
bought
course,
me?
those percentages are negotiable. So, we don't know what the final numbers are.
Rough
that they-
numbers. If you're watching from Stacks Bowers, don't
Yep.
quote us. If you want to help us, please leave a comment in the
Yep.
comment section.
These are our
and respond
best
to my
estimation.
email I sent you. Please.
Yeah. Those are just our best estimations based off of what AI is telling us. And interesting thing, ChatGPT knew about this auction. It was giving me some insights to it. But I guess it's not updated enough to have told us that it actually occurred, because I was asking it for sales figures and all that. And it says that it didn't have current data, but it knew that it was happening. Pretty wild.
So as expected, they made a pretty good return on their product, because I also sent you some more figures that I paid. If they would have treated that like the Privy marks they did for the silver medals, right? If they would have just mixed in 230 Privy marked gold coins and let them go out to the wild and let us, the buyers, have a shot at them via the mint price, which I paid $3,660. So whatever that times 230, that's like 800 and some odd $1,000 for all 230 Privy marked coins would have been the cost had they done it that way. That's what they would have got in return. They did much better. What is that percentage wise?
Well, they made 7.1 million more by doing it this way than if they would have just sold it to people. So I get it. Easy money grab. Those guys are getting bonuses. They're doing Christmas bonuses
not
right
just
about
a
now.
pizza party?
No.
Not just a breakfast?
Maybe they're giving them all an ounce of silver on top of that.
Oh man, not a full ounce.
A whole ounce.
Oh,
maybe it's an eagle. Maybe they're just giving them maples. I don't know.
They held back some Privy marked eagles with the star Privy, and everybody's going to get one. It's MS69.
Yeah,
MS69. We had to get rid of the 70s.
So they did pretty good, man.
They
And
did.
I'm actually curious if, because of the success of this action, are they going to make this a habit? And if they do, how will that taint the whole US Mint frenzy that they've, kind of trained us on? But
that brings up a good question, because those DC comic coins, they're supposed to be numbered. And are they going to hold back certain numbers and auction the damn things off?
I sure as hell hope not.
You know what LPM used to do with the gods of Olympus? They would hold back the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5
and sell them individually.
John had that number 1 Zeus forever. I think you had it.
It wasn't Zeus. It was
Poseidon.
I think it was Poseidon. I had the number 1. Yep. And I sent it to John. But yeah, I had it. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't cheap either. That was not cheap.
No.
Cool piece though.
But again, something like this is where I get, I guess, this is where I get picky, is when it comes to something like that, extremely rare, graded, everything. I want to see a number on the physical coin bar, what have you. It just makes me feel so much better that it's just not a numbered piece of cardboard.
Piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's that, dude. And our next episode will be out after Christmas. So let's just say Merry Christmas to you all out there.
Merry Christmas, folks.
And I hope you get snow. If you got snow, if you live in an area with snow, I know I'm going to have snow. You're going to have probably tanning weather or some sort.
Some tropical weather. I don't know. I have a smoothie or something.
Shoot. But yeah, everybody have a very nice Christmas, and we'll see you after the Christmas holiday.
Have a good one, folks.
All right, man. Be good.
Peace.
Bye.